Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Medabots Rokusho. The last part, we got here to the floating fortress of Fiyun, and the Medabots started going wild. And now we have to destroy a lot more of them. And basically in this room, every single one of them is the exact same fight, so that means we're going to be editing out a lot here. What in the world's everyone doing? I don't know how to translate Gaz. What's happening? I'm sure someone around here has to have some sense. Now, if anything, though, this place is actually really good for experience points. I'm whacked out again. You're drunk. He flew away. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit bubbly, by the way. Just finished a drink. Everyone's become strange. Well, what should I do? You're still sane, right? Can you tell me what's happening? I don't know. I skipped my cleaning due this morning and made up for it by missing lunch. Then the alarm rings and now everyone loses their minds. I wonder if he means the oil. You didn't drink the oil. Because he was the only one who didn't drink the oil. I wonder if there's something in the oil everyone drank. Oil, oil, oil. Well, that's one step figured out, I suppose. Also, where are all these Medabots flying away to? And you're drunk. Because we never figured out where. I mean, I suppose they could be flying to the floor below, well, the ground below, but we never figure it out. And that's everyone in this room taken care of, so let's go check on that guard again, because he was asleep earlier. So noisy. I must go down to the ground. Oh, I guess that answers my question now, doesn't it? Was this all caused by the oil? If that's the case, then Dr. Armond must have put something in the oil. And now for more of them. You might notice, actually, by the way, down there in the bottom right is kind of milky, but that's actually the Metalink witch, who you can talk to in any of the given hop marts and enable the multiplayer stuff with. That's only there, so in case you need to trade parts with yourself or a friend who has the other version, you can do that. Or if you wanted to fight them for whatever reason. Also, there's a door here. It looks like one we've seen before. Inside the door is a mechanism to open the lock to the other side. If I can shoot the lock, I think I can open the door. I've got it! I should use the lemon battery. I did it! The lock's open. You don't have to do this now. You can wait until way later to do it. Well, not way later, until like next part to do it. But I just wanted to get that out of my inventory, because why the hell not? Fiyun robots are quite furious and very violent before. I wonder if Karen's still okay. I need to get to her. Wait for me, Karen. And I'm coming for you too, Dr. Armond. Fiyun! This gigantic floating fortress is being levitated by only one tiny little Fiyun stone. Don't you think it's amazing? This is the power of the ancients. No, even better than that. The technology taken from space itself. I'm not quite sure I understand, but why did you have to bring me here? I do have a reason for bringing you here. I have something to do with both you and Iki. You're the bait to catch my prey with. Once I have him, I'll pound him until he's meta mush. Why do you want to do such terrible things to Iki? What is that for? Besides that, how are you going to get Iki to come all the way here? Don't ask so many questions at once. Fine, I'll tell you. First, the answer to question number 1. Iki has interfered with my plans time and time again, playing the role of a hero and thwarting my ambitions. The answer to question number 2 is about my biggest goal in the world. I build the biggest, strongest Medabot in the world to show that I am a better scientist than Akihabara. Once all that is done, then all the cute girls in the world will be mine. Finally, Iki will definitely come. Dr. Aki is pulling his strings. Of course, Dr. Aki will send him here. How else can he try and defeat me? So, are you scared now? I can't think that's something that would cause so many people to be troubled. It's a good thing. Please stop it. Silence, silence, I say. I can't stand children. You'll be eating those words after I've created the strongest Medabot in the world. The world has ever seen, same thing. Then everyone will feel and respect me. Only I know how to remove the limiter. What is that? What do you remove? Children who don't know the existence of the limiter cannot possibly realize the true potential of Medabots. They are more than mere children's toys. Medabots. Okay then, well, that was a conversation at least. I'm actually going to do a quick save coming up here because we have new Medabots here. They're basically like before, it's more forced encounters against Medabots we've already seen. In this case, the Sonic Tank and Mega Fan combination. However, well, first off, speed up theme for this part is the Fierce Battle from Final Fantasy VI, the fight that the theme that plays during the fight against the 3 statues and the ultimate weapon.
The only difference with these guys, though, is that you might see on the far right of the screen there, back in the world, the overworld, the dungeon, whichever one you prefer, there were 3 of them right next to each other. That one's going to have a new type of Medabot that you can only fight there in one other area, which is Digmole. And you're going to try and get their head and arm parts because they're pretty decent. If I recall, they're just conceal, but they're pretty decent conceal parts. Decent armor, too. The problem is that you can't save between those 3 battles, so when I get to that point, I'm going to be editing out all 3 just because they took forever. However, if you're trying to get a Digmole part, try and get it. I would say at most reset once or twice if you save right before to try and get the parts, because otherwise the 3rd time it's just not worth the extra time that you're taking into it. So, here comes the 3 fights, and there's Digmole on the bottom right. I actually managed to get 2 out of the 3 parts I wanted. Huh. The defense is pretty tight around here. That means Dr. Armond must be around here somewhere. And for some stupid reason, this 4th Medabot coming up here does not have a Digmole in their party. Even though that would be really well-designed idea, a pretty decent design idea there, because then you get all 4 parts. Alright, and here we get a hat trick, which I believe is the head meta part for the red lace, I think. And there's Dr. Armond and Karen. We're going to be ignoring them for a moment, because if we go to the left, we have to come to this area eventually no matter what, but I just feel like getting this treasure chest now, because then I don't have to sidetrack myself for the extra 5 seconds later on. I believe in here's a spider trap, which is the head part for the Spidar line, if I recall, which is grapple trap. And trust me, there's a reason they give you those 2 parts. And in fact, that's also the reason why I'm going to be doing a minor jump cut between this little transition here to re-customize my party. Because I didn't just customize 3 members for this next team, I customized a few more for a second fight coming up. This upcoming fight can use Press, Napalm, and Beam, which is, in case of Beam, I have a Honeywell part on Rokusho and a Goron part on the Chameleon. But I'm also bringing in the one with the Neutronurse parts on the top right, which I believe has the Unicorn Medal. Why? Air-type legs and Shot Trap, and trust me, Shot Trap is going to be useful in the upcoming battle. Anything else, you can basically choose whatever you want. I like Donor just in case I wanted to inflict HP regen on myself, but trust me, you're going to want to prepare for this next battle. I found you, Doctor!
So you finally come! I was getting tired of waiting. Iki!
You're an adult! You're supposed to know right from wrong!
You're a child and you are supposed to be seen and not heard! Just one of Dr. Aki's pawns.
Don't talk about Dr. Aki like that. Alright, time for a robot against Dr. Armond. He has a 3rd Medabot this time around. We've already seen the Bayonet and the Zoran, who are the exact same as usual, but the new one in the lead there is the Robo-Emperor. Robo-Emperor can use Press, Napalm, and Beam, which, needless to say, pretty lethal if you get hit by any of those. Especially Beam, that's actually why my leader has a Honeywell part. However, you might notice about those parts, those are all technically shot-type parts, which is why the Unicorn Medabot there on the bottom has Shot Trap. So basic strategy against this is basically go all out, while also using Shot Trap. Something you could do alternatively is bring someone in that has defend parts, and use them to defend yourself from any potential damage incoming. Shot Trap is the preferred trap to use, though, because 2 out of the 3 Medabots use the shot-type attacks. Thus, you have a lot of opportunities to get damage done on things. The main target here is the Robo-Emperor, and you should be targeting him over the Zoran and Bayonet, but taking out the Bayonet and Zoran are also competent strategies, because then you can just have more turns aiming at the Robo-Emperor. However, no matter what, you want to try and take out the Robo-Emperor's legs first. He's multi-legged, so he already does pretty bad on desert terrain, but once his legs are removed, he is really slow. The biggest issue in this fight, it really is just the pure damage output of the Robo-Emperor, though, because Napalm you can't dodge at all unless you're using Goron parts. Press and Beam are going to be doing a lot of damage no matter what, unless you have parts that can avoid those. So this ends up just becoming a can you be defensive while also being offensive fight. And that's actually a bit tough. This is also a fight where you want to try and get Robo-Emperor parts, not Zoran or Bayonet parts. Why? There's only about 3 or 4, no, I think actually only exactly 3, at least in the main story, fights against the Robo-Emperor. And because of that, you don't have many opportunities to get his parts. So try and get their parts if you can. Even if that requires save scumming, because trust me, it can require that. This fight can be lengthy, and it's honestly pretty annoying, but if you know the right techniques, what parts to bring in, and have some sort of a strategy built up, you should be fine. And here we also get to see the real good, how good the third Medaforce of the Chameleon is, as long as it's taking some damage. Damage ball. Wee! Bang. And 70 HP gone. That I've mentioned before, but that Medaforce does the exact same amount of damage it's taken and sends it back to the enemy. However, the moment you use it, it resets that counter back to 0. And I ended up getting the Death Beam, which I believe is the right arm? Either way, that's actually a really good part.
I'll teach you to respect your elders. Harvey, come!
Harvey, what's wrong?
Oh, Harvey, is that boy one of your friends? Harvey says he doesn't know you.
Harvey! Now we have to fight Harvey, who can be potentially very hard, because as you can see, he has Dark Masters, he has the Crimson King Medabots. Because that Destroy is very prevalent here. However, this can be a really easy fight, because everything here is air type, so if you have things that have anti-air parts, you should do pretty well. The main strategy with me for this is to have someone target the leader with anti-air parts while having that person be a bit slower than other Medabots in order for Destroy to go through on, I guess, kind of a decoy Medabot. By the way, the name of that Medabot is Propolis. Oh, no, Propolis. I always say that wrong. Its only ability, though, is to use Bug, so as long as you have Victory Armor, you should be fine. This fight can be very annoying. However, thankfully, I managed to take care of it pretty well. I forget how many Propolis parts you can get in the main storyline. I think this is the only time you fight it until post-game, though. It doesn't really matter what parts you get, though. I mean, I would probably prefer to get leg parts in this case because, if I recall, they're pretty decent air-type legs. But it doesn't really matter. And, of course, I get Crimson King parts. It's not too bad, at least. Harvey, hang on!
Oh, Iki, is that you? He hasn't changed yet. I have to increase the oil dosage.
Just what did you put in that oil?
It's just a little experiment of mine. My very special oil loosens up the limiter, which is attached to metals. When the warning signal goes off, the limiter is broken.
Limiter? What in the world is that?
I'm not gonna tell you. Right now, the ground below is blanketed by my cute little flying Medabots. Look how they form a sea of light. If you think you can stop them, give it your best shot.
The doctor vanished. Well, crap. At least Karen looks okay. Good. You're safe, Karen. Iki, I'm so Karen, don't cry. I'm so sorry, Karen. I didn't do enough. It's all my fault that you... It's not your fault. I'm so happy that you came for me, Iki. I'm sorry for crying. But Karen, if anything happened to you, Huh? Never mind what I said. I've got to go after Dr. Armond. Well, that was adorable. Dr. Armond's evil goal must be to get to the engine room. The engine room? Yeah, it's the heart of Fiyun. The path is closed right now, but I have the key. I'll open it for you, Iki. Please, go after the doctor. Thank you. But why are you doing this for me? Aren't you betraying the doctor? I still like the doctor very much. He did save my life after all. But if he's been going down a misguided path, I wasn't the one to stop him. And Iki, you're the only person who can stop him now. I see. Okay, Harvey, I'll stop the doctor no matter what. Thank you so much. I'll go unlock the door to the south of the square. Don't forget to follow me. But with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 26, we'll be heading after the doctor once again to stop him from doing whatever the hell he wants to do in the engine room. See you guys then.